Hi, I'm Nancy, and I'm here to tell you about podcasts. Do you like podcasts? Do you want to start a podcast? Or do you want to make a lot of money doing podcasts? If you answer yes to all of those three questions, then you're in the right place. Don't move, okay? I'm not here to bore you about my life story. All you need to know is I'm Nancy, and I'm here to research about making money online doing podcasting, okay? And I don't have a teleprompter, so I have my notes. So from time to time, I'm going to be looking down at the paper to see what I need and make sure I don't miss anything. Okay. Now let's dive right into it. Now, doing a podcast, it's like secret of crafting and engaging content and keeping your listeners coming back for more and more. What is podcast? Well, podcast is just like a campfire. Okay. It's going to be when people gather together to share their stories, their knowledge, of course, plenty of laughs, and there's a whole million billion of podcasts that out there. So, what's the perfect time to jump into it? But right now. Now, don't worry about, oh my God, there's so many podcasts out there. I'm not going to be good. Nobody's going to notice me. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay, you could be talking about money, you could be talking about plants, you could be talking about the universe, you could be talking about cats. Oh, don't worry. Whatever you're talking about, somebody out there is going to be interested. Somebody out there is going to want to hear what you got to say. Okay, so start thinking about your niche. Okay, whatever niche that you think you want to talk about, start investigating, start doing all the research that you need to get done, and start putting the work into learning about what is it that you want to do as a podcast. Okay, now find your voice. A lot of people out there that are successful right now, they have a unique voice. They have a perspective. Whether you're passionate about cooking or conspiracy theories, whatever it is that you're doing, embrace your quirk, and you have to make sure you stay true to who you are. Okay, I am Jamaican, so if I start getting into my Jamaicanness, then you won't understand a word that I'm saying. So if there's Jamaican out there watching me right now, I would say from me to another Jamaican, Watagwan, I hope you'll come down and start making a lot of little money and making sure that you can make the money in Jamaica and make the money out here. Okay? So apart from that, I would say that your voice is going to be the main thing. You want to make sure you speak clearly. You have to make sure everybody can hear exactly what you're saying. And apart from that, just make it your own. Okay, your voice is going to be your art here, the camera and your voice. That's it. Now, planning your podcast, you need to make sure you have a good planning for what you're going to do in your podcast. So, making sure that you have good adventure requires, a lot of planning with that. Your target audience, you're going to choose your catchy name, whatever that is, outline your episodes, and keep things on track. You know what I mean? Because remembering some of the best podcast moment comes from spontaneous. So leave room for improvs. Don't make it just cut and dry. You have to make it a little bit nice, a little bit funny, a little bit quirky. Just make it your own, as I said before. Now, equip yourself. What you need to equip yourself with is going to be don't have to be a fancy recording studio to start your podcast, but invest in some decent equipment. That's going to be key. It can make a world of difference to have, a good camera, a good mic. So you see, you have my little mic here, so you can hear me pretty clear and good. Um, you want to make sure you have a good, background and good lighting, good space, good room that you can record into. Um, Apart from that, you need to have your little snacks when you have your podcast too. So if you're entertaining two or three persons, you make sure you have drinks, maybe wine, maybe soda, water, but you got to have something. So, because as you talk and as you go along and you're talking a whole lot, then what happens? You get hungry, you get thirsty. And you don't want your guests to be there and then you're like, oh my God, my throat is scratching, I can't talk. So You got to make sure that you have some water or something there to give your guests when you're having your podcast, okay? And next, I have creating engaging content. Now, the key to a successful podcast, again, is going to be keeping hooked with the compelling content. Whether you're interviewing a guest, sharing personal stories, or dissecting a latest, pop culture friends, you're talking about maybe, Puff Daddy or something else in the news. Don't be afraid to inject some humor into it. You're going to definitely not to have a lot of laughter. And the best way to keep listener coming back for more is to have a little humor, a little laughter into it and make them happy. Now, building your audience is another crucial part of a podcast. So you have launched your podcast now. What? Spread the word on social media, collaborate with other podcasters, engage with your listeners, and build a loyal fan base. That's going to be key. And remembering Rome wasn't built in a day, so be patient. Stay consistent, watch your audience grow over a period of time. Now, monetizing your podcast. Now, that is where I love, okay? I love money. You love money. We need to listen in really, really clearly for this, okay? While it's not all about the money, monetizing your podcast can help support your passion, turn it into a sustainable venture. Explore options like sponsorship, merchandising, listen donation, and generate revenue. Don't sell out your true self or your true voice. Make sure you always keep true to yourself. And I would say you have case studies, as I would say, from zero to hero. Let's take a look at a real example of podcast success, which you have a little rumor, okay? Now, if I was doing a podcast right now with somebody, I would say, okay, say Mr. Mike came in and we're talking about love. We're talking about love and relationships. You'd be saying, so, hi, Mr. Mike. No, what is it that you think about love? Do you believe in love? And if you do, what is your pickup line? There's so many different things you can start talking about with your person that you bring it onto your podcast. So start thinking about all these questions that you're going to ask them. So you're going to keep it engaging, keep it funny, and keep it really nice and clean. Okay. We don't need any dirty podcasts going on around here. Now, this is my favorite time. Okay. This is where we talk about money, and more money. So making money on doing podcasts is the first thing is going to be sponsorship. Okay. Sponsorship opportunity is going to be one of the first thing that you can start doing to make money on your podcast. Now, one of the most common ways in doing that is going to be approaching brands that are relevant to your podcast niche, audience demographic, and I'll say shout outs. So making sure that any company that you're getting to come to sponsor you and you're going to shout them out, making sure it has something to do with your niche. Okay. If you're say you're doing a podcast in the night and it's nice and romantic, maybe you could do wine or something like that. If you're doing a podcast who deals with kids, then you're going to make sure you use company like Toys R Us, kids that something have to do with kids. So make sure it's along with your niche. And then you have affiliate marketing. Okay, a lot of people know about affiliate marketing. It's been a lot of buzz on TikTok and all over, and YouTube and everywhere you go. So affiliate marketing is going to be something that you can quickly make money with. Okay, so you can promote your affiliate links with the episode and shows that you have the notes there. You can push that out and promote that on your page as you're doing your podcast. Now you have listeners donation. People that are listening can donate to your podcast. If they like your idea, they like your niche, and they want to see you create more stories and do other stuff, they can donate to your podcast. There's nothing wrong with that. Asking for a little donation to do this or that, or if they want to see some changes or a different background or whatever it is, they want to see something new. just to have your podcast going, they can donate to it as well. Now, merchandise sales, that is going to be awesome. Now, if you have things with your niche, say that I'm into money, okay? So I sell like digital products, and I could, promote my digital products that's on my website right now, which I would definitely plug, which is going to be Jamaican Chic. That's jamaicanchic.com. So you will see my t-shirts and clothing line, and then you will see my digital product there that I do for making money online. So whatever niche you're doing, just make sure you have something to promote and you can have something to sell. That it's going to be maybe notebooks, pens, whatever it is, because whatever niche that you have, you can find something to sell. Okay, Google it if you don't know what to do. Now you have premium content on membership. You can do membership and you can sell a membership to everybody out there. I mean, don't make it too expensive. You can do a membership for maybe about, I'll say, I don't know, $20, 10 to $20. You want to do a membership for. So it's not too expensive. And then you get a whole lot more people that is, getting the membership, and you're making more money from that versus trying to get $100 on a membership and then you have one person actually sign up. So be very careful in not, pushing your membership and making it too expensive for people to want to join. And then you have like live events and workshops. So if you want to do a workshop with one of your niche, you can do that. And you can do like events. So if you have an event, I could have a money event for my, niche. I could have other people come in on my, YouTube channel and talking about making money online, making money online with different stuff, So I could do that, have a live event on that, have a live event of giving away money. So that's another thing that you can do as well. So have events, workshop, and just make it exciting and, nice and really, funny and engaging. That's the word I'm looking for, engaging. And then you have your crowdfunding campaign. Launch crowdfunding campaign to fund special projects and season for your podcast. So if you have different seasons for your podcast, like you have in the summer, you can launch some kind of campaign that has to do with summer and, just going out and people going to beach or whatever. So you can make something on that as well. And then you have leveraging with your expertise. Okay. Now, if your podcast establishes you as an expert in the field, then you can capitalize on that. Now, my expert is going to be mortgages. That's what I'm into. So if you're talking about expert, then I would say, okay, I will create my podcast on mortgages and how to get a mortgage and, what you need to do with your credit and making sure that your credit is good. So whatever you're expert in, that is going to be your key that you can use. You can leverage that and making sure that you use that expertise that you have to help people, teach people, and, just to help them with whatever problems they may have. Now, diversifying your revenue stream. Don't rely on just a single source of income, making sure you're diversifying everything and making sure you have a different, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stream of income coming into your podcast. So don't ever sit down and say, okay, we're going to just do sponsorship. Okay. Not say it won't work, but it's going to work better if you have 5 different stream of different things coming in and making your podcast monetize. Okay. And then pretty much I would say that's it for, making sure that your podcast is going to be awesome, successful. And then if you have any questions, if you have any, comments, whether it's good or bad, the bad one I don't want to hear, you can leave it. But if you have good comments, and bring them on. And then if you have other questions, things that I didn't cover, or things that you think that I could improve on, I welcome them. Put them in the comments, and please like and follow me, okay, and subscribe to my channel, okay. Thank you so much for actually being with me, and I hope to see you on my next presentation of making money online.